Hello everyone, this is Frugal Panda with a real quick video of our hike to our near Skagway power plant in Victor, Colorado. Victor, Colorado is a small community. It's a historical area. There's actually cool stuff to see in a historical downtown if you are in this area. Skagway power plant is an abandoned power plant that is located by the Skagway reservoir. Not by it, but that's where you would park, and that's where you would start your actual beginning of the trail hike. So from where you park in Skagway reservoir, the power plant is around 3 to 5 hours walk. Even though it's only like 5 miles from the trailhead at the reservoir, it's a steep canyon area. So it takes some time to get here. The first part of it is not very difficult. It's mostly just prairie, flat, and everything. You cross a river or two, or waterways, which aren't that difficult. Now be mindful though that as you're hiking and when it starts getting steeper and rockier and stuff like that, make sure you're keeping an eye out for trail markers, because you can get turned around there. Look for, a lot of times it'd be like tape, like colored tape and different stuff off a branch or something like that. Some places we were at, it took us a minute to find our bearings, but the hike itself is I'd say a moderate difficulty in hike. You're not exactly rock climbing. You are climbing up some rocks and stuff, but you're not doing like real rock climbing and stuff like that to get to the area. As well as you're going to cross multiple waterways and rivers, I think about 10 to 12 times at least, to actually get to that power plant. So with that being said, we are on this hike. We are going to try it this first day, and then we realized, we talked to a group right before we started the hike, and they were planning to like hike there that day and then camp there and hang out. And actually no, they were going to get close to it and camp and then finish the hike the next day and hang out. So if you go here, like I said, it may be 5 miles or so. I think it was further than that, because I swear my actual watch said 7-8 miles on it. So just be mindful that it may be a little inaccurate. People give different things, different ones. I've heard 5 miles, I've heard 10 miles. We went about 7 to 8 miles according to my watch. What I would do if we were actually planning to go to the power plant, we were going to try it, but we didn't have enough provisions. Clearly, it was a hot day. I didn't have my my life straw that you can put in the water if we were to run out of water, and we didn't take any tent or even canopy or any tarp supplies, anything to make a shelter for the night. So make sure you have everything you need. So we went as far as we could, and then we stopped at one of the rivers where you had to climb across it on a rope, just because the water was moving fairly fast, and if we'd have kept going, it would probably took us another hour or two, and we would have made it to the power plant. But we have been hiking back in the dark, which a lot of times I don't mind hiking in the dark, but when you're talking rocks and stuff like that, nobody needs to get injured out there. Oh, and you do not have cell coverage, by the way. There was no cell coverage the whole time we were on this hike, so we didn't, like, when I was getting injured, twisting the ankle, and I did half twist my ankle going over the rocks once, but luckily I caught myself, because so my ankle didn't blow up like it did the last time on one of the hikes, and we were pretty far out by then. It was very beautiful out here. There's lots of water. We saw many people as we made our way there, until we got to a place where about 3 or 4 miles you didn't hardly see anybody. I don't think we saw anybody until we came back. But in the beginning, there's places to camp, and it was free camping. You're going to backpack into camp, but there were some really pretty places to camp at along the water. Also, we saw people fishing. There was quite a bit of people fishing along the way around. In the beginning, where you saw it was fairly flat. That's about 2, maybe 3 miles right there, where it's not very difficult. So you can hike in and fish along the way, throw your fishing pole in and do some fishing. We saw people camping along that part too, and it was pretty, and it was fairly private too, right off the trail. So we walked up here. As you can see, it's kind of rocky and stuff like that, and you have to be mindful of looking for markers, because this is the areas you can get turned around at. Water all over the place. If you have a life straw or something like a life straw, take it with you, just in case you don't want to run out of water, so you can just drink water if you don't have any means to boil it. By the way, this life straw, you can literally just put in the water and drink it. So that's pretty cool. Now, would I recommend this hike? Oh yes, me and my wife want to come back and check it out. But we want to bring provisions so we can figure out. We'll camp and then we'll make it the rest of the way. Also, make sure you check the time of year, because some places, depending on if it's closer to winter or it's been a lot of rain, you're not going to be able to actually be able to get over the rivers, and it would be dangerous. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is the hike near Skagway power plant, an abandoned power plant in near Victor, Colorado. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.